And a very, very hello to you and to yours. This is the Aquarian Show. Bam, 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 bam. Still looking for music that won't get me copyright infringement for intro. Do send links. We find ourselves on the fifth day of the season of Aquarius. We find our moon finishing up her stay in the second to sign to the sun in Pisces, moving into Aries today. What does this all mean? Welcome, my friends. We are recording this on the 25th of January, 2023. 7:30 a.m. bright and early. As we enter into this day, may this be a source of strength, comfort, perhaps education, entertainment. But we have a flood of entertainment, bread and circuses, keeping us from perhaps paying attention to stuff that matters. So on the Aquarian Show, we do conscious news. So this is what's going on in the heavens right now. And then we like to momentarily check out what's going on CNN. Images show September 11th Pentagon crash. Interesting. It's not giving me the normal picture. I paid my internet bill. Come on, dog. Come on, doggy dog. The live stream seems to be working. Feel free to comment in the chat. Let me know you're here. And I'm not just out here in echo chamberland talking to myself. Because I'm pretty sure I've been banned to shit. Is it because my curse words? And then we go from CNN to Fox. See, they gave us a good website view. There we go. Oh, on here they don't have the September 11th. New pictures of the Pentagon bombing is what that last slide said. Dog, it's the year 2023. That happened 22 years ago. And they're just coming out with pictures now, or from whenever that screen was from, which can't be more than 2 years ago. Calm down, Liam. We're not going to go into revealing September 11th today, but if you would like to look further into such things, there are some people who speak on the subject in a manner that is responsible, diligent, not fantastical, claiming it was laser beams shot down from an alien ship, mumbled together with other psyops like flat earthers. So they lumped together 9/11 truth people with QAnon flat earth conspiracy theorists. And they put them all together in that same bundle and sour the whole bunch. Oh, people who question JFK's assassination. There's a link between JFK's assassination and 9/11. also like to go through etymology of we did daily etymologies today on the word earth from German. It's nice that we have some. Like, today's Wednesday, which is after Woden. Pretty sure. Odin. Mercury's Day. In Española, Latin, Mercoles. But going to the word earth, Old English, Yorp. See, there is a god named Ea, E-A, which is Sumerian. Let's look up the god Ea and see, does it relate to earth at all? The god Ea, whose Sumerian equivalent was Enki. When we heard ki or chi, it's energy of earth. Ki, those hard earth. And then usually a U, like He was one of the three most powerful gods in the Mesopotamian pantheon, along with Anu, Hevan, Anu of the heavens. Anunnaki is heaven to earth. And then Enlil. Enlil, I believe, is more associated with the water and like thunder and clouds. Ea resides in the ocean underneath the earth, called the Abzu, indicating Apsu. So it does relate with the earth and the waters. Oh, I think it's also fresh water as opposed to Enlil, who is salt water. So Ea, earth, we see there's a relationship there. But then also, so Old English Yorp, ground, soil, dirt, dry land. Well, earth is mostly freaking water, right? But we do think about earth as solid ground. Well, then check this out, right? Also used along with Midgaard, it's the E-A-R at the end. Midden, middle, gird, earth. The abode of man, as opposed to the heavens or the underworld. Proto-Germanic, Erto, as opposed to the heavens or the underworld. See, then is Enki more of from the underground? Look into so there is the return of Enki. Return of Enki, UFOs. There's this, guys, I think African guy who said that he was the return of Enki, and he had a whole parade for him. And during the parade, he said that he would be protected. He would have his own security. And UFOs showed up on the spot. And I saw a picture of it. It had to be in Africa or something. Black guy. I hate calling black people black. They're not really black. They're beautiful brown, mostly. You know what's interesting? Whenever you do an Anunnaki video or mention it, they have to have a disclaimer from Wikipedia underneath it. Because Wikipedia should not be the person who puts the tip of the spear of truth. You're not even allowed to use Wikipedia in like elementary school to quote from. Yet they do it to us. on all our posts. Yeah, see, this isn't it. Oh, just trust me. Just trust me. But also, the Anunnaki thing could just be, oh, we're waiting on planet Nibiru to come through. And those, although the ancient Mesopotamian myth of how we got created was like taking our DNA and putting it together with another civilizations. Sounds familiar. And also, Atlantis, they say the fall of Atlantis was like dark magicians and mad scientists combining the DNA of human with animals and creating abominations, and then it was flooded. Just interesting theories. Return of Enki. In the live stream, we have absolutely no one, but maybe somebody will watch this in return. Okay, let's go back to the heavens. We're also gonna pick some tarot cards today because I created my own deck, and my sister gave me this carrying case. And that's just fun. Tapping into the ethereal realm for heavenly help. Let us look to the heavens. Okay, so with the sun being in Aquarius, we talked about that for. This is looking to the future. This is thinking about the collective. This is consciousness development. This could be uploads, downloads, flashes of insights. It can also be feeling a little bit detached from our emotions, more objective, seeing the bigger picture. It's also coming out of the dark. It is the Aquarius season is what we're moving into as an age. Interesting enough, as we had Venus, who's now at 28 degrees towards the end, for there's only 30 degrees in each sign, 0 to 20, 29, 59 minutes. We had the Venus beauty, art, in the sign of Aquarius, where we had the whole phenomena of artificial AI art. Aquarius is AI. Aquariuses, they could be sometimes they could be a little bit cold and aloof and distant and not so emotionally engaged. Sometimes that helps us, sometimes that hurts us. Its opposite sign, Leo, would be the emotional part of it, rules the heart. So it's like fiery emotions. Yeah, fire is closer to water than air is to water. That's a profound mystery. So we did just have Venus come off of a conjunction and alignment together. You could see them in the sky after the sun sets in the west on the horizon, just about 30 degrees above. And you see the beautiful Venus shining, and then behind her you see the darker, slower moving, brooding Saturn, which could be not feeling the love. A call to responsibility in love. A call. Saturn is the disciplinary, but more so when it's in Capricorn. When Saturn's in Aquarius, it's the master planner. It's taking complicated, complex systems or things and making a system out of them. It is a little bit of the order out of chaos. And these dark magicians, they like to create the chaos and then introduce their order, which we would never go for if they didn't put us in fear. It's called the Hegelian dialect they like to inflict on us. Whew. So we could have been feeling a little bit like our love. Venus is also the heart area. So like our ability to really express our heart could have been put in a boundary, a box. Saturn. Feel opposed to. Just a heavy heart. Just not really emotionally there. Feeling, and especially, and then we had the moon in Pisces for the last 2 days. So that is emotional stuff. But without a ground, that's just being out there in la la land, I feel like personally. But now today we have the moon, who is in the waxing phase. So that means strengthening, growing. So our collective emotional mind is being revivified, and now it's going to step out of the last sign of Pisces into the first sign of Aries. So there we go into really a new fire, a new flame and it's going to help us to be open more to communicating with small groups, moving around more locally because it's in the third house to the sun. Learning, educating, teaching new ways. If you're a teacher, you'll be like, oh, I have a new fire in me to teach this new lesson or to go about this old way of doing things in a new manner with a new energy attached to it. You know, we have all of the planets direct. This is not that common. And we have them all direct for the next 2-3 months maybe, as we have some big changes happening, which is Saturn is going to go into Pisces, Pluto's going to go into Aquarius. We have some big cosmic shifts happening in March, April. And so right now we're in January, the end of January, so February, March, 3 months of a big galactic change. And we have 3 months leading into that of all the planets direct to really, I believe, to give us courage to step into the future, to make the future, to plan for the future even right now. Courageous, bold plans. Mercury is in Capricorn, so it's planning out the small steps, the details, but not being weighed down by the details. Trusting in the universe that it'll unfold for your benefit as you, with your mind, Saturn, Aquarius, master the mind, and therefore around us, our environment, as within, so without. Venus is going to step into Pisces in a couple, maybe 2-3 days. She's exalted there, so that'll give us some inspiration to be very artistic, to increase our money flow. really a spiritual bath, mystical experience. But we have to be careful not to go off into la la land, into delusion realms, into escapism. That will be the challenge. To overindulge in drunkenness. But instead to channel that dreamy otherworldliness into perhaps something productive. And productive could just be sitting, laying down in your bed is productive. Mars is starting to gain its momentum. It's finally got off the 8th degree where it came and it stopped, stationed right direct to the fixed star Antares. Antares is a violent star. It's the heart of the Scorpio. We had some mass shootings and stuff. But at the same time, it's also related to the Archangel Uriel, who teaches on the occult, on astrology. Enoch is what it's compared to. Perhaps even Enki, I don't know. And so, with Mars opposing that, that is, it's perhaps not feeling spiritual. Being up, having our spiritual ideas challenged. Just impatience, anger, violence. So now those energies are going to free up and release as Mars is starting to move, which he likes to do. We don't give a healthy outlet to our energy. It could fester within us. In the sign of Gemini, we're going to want to be careful with the words that we choose. And I would say just one-on-one relationships being smoother and not bottled up tension that gets released, and like a lack of patience with your partner. Those things could be freed up. Set me free, why don't you, baby? So that's a look at the astrology. Let's go to pick some tarot cards. Check in on the live chat. How we doing, live chat? Oh, we got 2 people here. Sigma Trialectic, greetings, brother Sigma Trialectic. Woden Andrews, I am Aquarius, happy to have Saturn out of my first house. And you know your house system. Good for you, Woden. Aquariuses are the future. And the future is now. So if you happen to be born with your sun in Aquarius, you're very much called to be the leader of the way. Showing us what a human being can look like. Consciously evolved, humanitarian, hopefully. Ooh, what do we got? The 7, which is Zion, which is order, which is the year that we're in. We're in a 7-year, 2023. It's the crowning of the Vav, of the spine. Vav is 6, 7, Zion. And it's related to the chariot of Cancer at the summer solstice going out into the town, confident. Aquarius is, we have at the top of the mountain of Capricorn, the temptation of Christ. And then he says, "Get behind me, Saturn." And because he's got to go into town. The going into town is Aquarius. We have more than enough, I'm sure, to do what we came here to do. We have trust, put effort into having things in order. 7 is order. But it's like, it's the order of the world. On the top, we have 3: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Keter, Hokmah, Benah. The father, the mother, the child. And then below that, we have the 7 visible heavenly luminaries. So we want to get that into order so that we can best express our divinity. And we're in a fixed season, but things are starting to get moving. So I feel like we want to do our best to fix our energy and to be grounded without being stuck. And then trusting that we have put our effort into having things in order. And then we go forward, trusting in the universe and in our power to command the elements, really. The whole pentagram is all about that. The top of the pentagram would be ether, our mental control of the ethereal realm. And then we have the 4 elements below us that we work with. The elements in our laboratory. What are we creating? Ultimately, what the esoteric Gnostics say is that we're trying to create a soul here. And it's by looking to the our solar system, and it's the star is the sun. And so that's why we look to the sun in Aquarius, where we find it now. And so we want to take those characteristics of the season of Aquarius that the sun's energy gives to us, know it, comprehend it, and then use it. And what's Aquarius? The mastermind, the sacred fixed cross, the sign of the human. Virgo, she's often like with the angel wings. Gemini, they're children. But Aquarius, the fully developed conscious man at the golden age. The fact that we got through Pisces, well, I think we're almost through it. That's the Kali Yuga. That's the end of the end, the 12th sign. So that's coming out of that darkness of death, really. Pisces is the final death. And it's coming into the light of Aquarius with our ecliptical procession of the equinoxes, which is a backwards clock. Or are we on the backwards clock and that one's forward? We're on a clock within a clock within a clock, and gears going different ways. Like we're stuck in a watch. For what? I believe consciousness development. Souls evolution. Now, there's also a devolution within evolution. There has to be. Modern science doesn't take that into account. I think the universe is constantly expanding without realizing that there's going to be a contraction, or we could be in the contraction part of it. We can argue, are we consciously, soulfully evolving or devolving? Well, as a collective, who knows? But personally, can we take responsibility, Saturn, Aquarius, for our mental state, air sign, Aquarius. Organizing our thoughts, what's important, what's not, what's shit that's keeping us from moving into the future and being fully present in the now, and weeding that out, bringing through the sickle of Saturn to cut that shit off that is keeping us fucking past ages, being forward minded and active. The seventh heaven ruled by Saturn, the seventh age of Aquarius, the 11th sign of the zodiac. The relationship between 7 and 11 is a good meditation. They also happen to rhyme, and they have the word even in them, but 7's not even, neither is 11. That's something to meditate upon. All right, I did say we were going to go through the news a little bit. Let's see what's going on with CNN. Germany's sending their Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine, and they didn't want to. But the military-industrial complex will win out. And America's going to send 30 more Abrams tanks to Ukraine. This is such... You know, I actually heard Tucker Carlson speak on the money laundering and that is Ukraine and its corruption, and how it's BlackRock, JP Morgan investing in Ukraine. Zelensky thanks BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs for supporting big business of Ukraine reconstruction. What it is, it's just what it really is, it's a wiping out of mostly Eastern European Anglo-Saxons, because that's the master plan. And if you don't see the target on the back of the Anglo-Saxon Europeaner, then you don't see it. And lots of that goes to biblical type stuff, because they're related to the other side: Amalek, Esau, Edom, Greece, the Greeks, Romans, and now that's been transferred. It was transferred to Germany, Russia, Ukraine, America. I'm not just saying that because I happen to be I'm not saying that we don't have certain privileges. Yeah, the privilege of being the only person who you can vilify. Yay. The 7 Hermetic Principles. I actually did a video on the 7 Hermetic Principles, the law of correspondence. The first law is that all is mind, capital M-I-N-D. And that is a great meditation. Do I know of Garbhadana Samskara? No, but that name is lit. Aaron's Energy 313. Tucker's been yapping about everything lately. Tucker. There's a good impersonation of him on SNL. He's like, what? And his voice gets higher as he goes. I showed it before. Oh, man. So, the war in freaking Ukraine. Santos said he wants to donate his $174,000 paycheck. Santos is the one who lied about being from the tribe.
The George brothers did not start the opioid.
from being to get elected. It worked. He got elected, and they found out that he doesn't really come from like a Jewish family, but I think he kind of does. But why would you say that you're from this most persecuted people to get elected? And it worked. So perhaps that persecution isn't so much. Here we are on Fox News. Pelosi, finally got rid of her. Gosh, she called for an exorcism at her home where this guy attacked her husband with a hammer. His lover, I think a male prostitute. None of that story makes any sense from what the news tried to give us. So she's gone for an exorcism to get the husband who got a DUI, like, was out of his fucking mind. I bet you he didn't have to do shit for that, by the way. Maybe have a limo drive him around. Woman rescued from storm drain for third time in under 2 years. Hey, how many kicks from a mule does it take? These 4 U.S. cities predicted to suffer crash in home values. Well, I mean, they're just up to ridiculous amounts. It just shows the difference from the middle class has been eradicated. My neighbor is sawing through metal at 8:04 a.m. I guess that's an alright time. Not much going on for CNN. Greg Gutfeld is the worst, the most annoying person ever. Just want to say that. Okay, so that's the news. And we did the heavens. So I think that'll sign off. Let's check the live stream. I survived a hammer attack in my underwear. Pelosi. Danny Manley, good morning, bro. What are y'all think about the LA sheriff that made it the new term, assault pistol? They're coming after our guns. I don't even have a gun, but I have before. And, yeah. You think having laws against having guns is going to take the guns out of the hands of criminals? They're criminals. They don't care about the law. It's ridiculous. There is a concerted effort to bring down America, especially, because it's tied in with this biblical narrative of Esau, Edom, Amalek, Rome, Romulus. It's the Gentile, the heathen, the Goyim, the enemy in the Bible. And then Christians, they adopt themselves into the chosen tribe. So sad. And not realizing that they're the enemy of the fucking story. Holy shit. I'm writing on this. Do stay tuned to the Aquarian's book. I've got a paragraph written. Some of the chapters and titles on the Bible, on Judaism, on Christianity, on Islam, on secularism, on the New Age, on religion and government, on the Gentile, on Gnosticism, on the historical critical method, on sex, on astral myth, on numbers, on biology, on our origins, on meaning and purpose, on spirit, on magic, on prayer, on theology. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I have a hard time sitting in front of a computer. But we're gonna do this damn thing. Who keeps deleting your Twitter name? I'm sorry. The Earth's core stopped spinning. First of all, I didn't even know it was spinning. Let's look it up. I feel like that's pretty momentous. Oh, shit. May have started going in the other direction. CBS News. Earth's inner core may have started spinning in the other direction. Study says, well, first of all, we don't know shit about what's beneath the fucking surface of the Earth. We can only dig down like 1/1,000,000th of a fraction of the Earth. Science tries to pretend that it knows a lot more than it does, but when you look into it, like, oh, we don't know shit about Earth, our solar system, or our own fucking bodies, especially our DNA and our glandular system. Earth's inner core, a hot iron ball. We don't know that. That is a total speculative theory that has also already been proved wrong. But it could be right. Oh, and now it says it has stopped spinning. Oh, well, in the title of the article, CBS, Earth's inner core may have stopped spinning. But now you're saying, now what the fuck are you telling us? Now in the article, Earth's inner core, a hot iron ball the size of Pluto, fact check that, has stopped spinning in the same direction as the rest of the planet. Well, fuck. It might even be rotating the other way. Well, if it's stopped spinning in the same direction as the rest of the planet, what other direction? I guess it's another way, right? It's another way. Does it mean opposite way? Research suggested on money. Now these advertisements. Roughly 3,100 miles below the Earth's surface, the planet within the planet can spin independently because it floats in the liquid metal outer core. Is it Quicksilver? Mercury? Exactly how the inner core rotates has been a matter of debate between scientists, the modern day priests, who gives their dogma, who's told what to say, who are often not studying shit, they're just parroting shit. 99% of the fucking scientists of doctors we have don't do any research. They are just merely fucking doing what a book or their teacher told them to do, to practice. And when is practice over? When are they going to actually be a doctor for real? The latest research is expected to prove controversial. What little we know about the inner core, exactly, comes from measuring the tiny differences in seismic waves created by earthquakes or sometimes nuclear explosions as they pass through the middle of the Earth. God, I can't even read this anymore. So, we believe. Oh, I thought belief was just for religion. One cycle of the swing is about 7 decades. Oh shit. Relating back to the 7th card of the tarot that we went into today. So it changes directions roughly every 35 years. Well, whoop-de-fucking-do then. It previously changed direction in the 1970s, and the next would be in the mid-2040s. Well, that's fucking 7 decades. And then, so direction's half of that. Interesting way to keep time. But go back and look on things in increments of 70. I'm sure we'll see a pattern. And then we can use that pattern to predict the future. the geophysical community will be divided. Great. More division. Now there's division within the geophysical community. If there's not enough division between the sexes and the races, now the geophysical community is being torn limb by limb asunder. Good job on your butt, man. Okay. Inner core is hollow. And there might be motherfuckers living there, dog. Who knows? Retrograde. Dog, inner earth is in retrograde. That's gonna be my new excuse now. I'll be like, fuck, my car won't start. Fucking inner earth is in retrograde. For my whole fucking life. Or at least for 35 years of it. Alright, my friends, thank you for tuning in to this morning's show. Let's have a great fucking day. Let's go out in nature. Maybe even walk barefooted. I saw there's a study, geophysicists said that there's an exchange of isotopes or whatever that when we walk barefoot in the earth and it's healing. There's a guy who also took a metal plate, put it into a wire, grounded it into the earth, slept that way, and it healed a bunch of shit. There's also science that shows that our heart exudes light photons, and that when we have certain experiences and feelings, that more is exuded than other ones that are emotionally dark. You know, one thing I used to say, I thought this would be good for a t-shirt. I'm like, because I think getting in nature is something I know I need to do more, but it helps me. I could feel. I was like, I want to shut the fuck up, neighbor. God damn it. Is telling people to get earth. I'm like, get earth, bro. It turns out it means to drive a fox to its underground lair. Foxes have lairs? I thought they just had dens. Now foxes seem a lot more fucking mystical and dark. To cover the root and lower stem of a plant with heaped up earth. Well, it also means to fucking bury somebody like after they die. To earth something means to ground something like electricity. So that's funny because we did look up the etymology of earth today. Going back to Midgaard for our Woden's Day. So there's some things that from European Anglo-Saxons that hasn't been totally eradicated from earth, from Midgard. Is the presence of Germanic lingua in our language. So that's good to see. From Proto-Indo-European root meaning earth, ground. Aardvark. I'm going to start calling earth Aardvark from now on. Or Aardwolf. Tight. Okay, my little lovers. Lucky number 7 today. I like that. Let us get our shit in order so that they don't fucking pull over the New World Order on us, motherfuckers. I love y'all. Have a great fucking day. I'm gonna curse forever. Curse and earth. It's called the language of the birds, or the song birds. Let's look that up one more time. Language of the birds. When you get in touch with Mother Earth, she inspires you to poetry. Language of the birds. In Abrahamic and European, yay! Mythology, medieval literature, and occultism. The language of the birds is postulated as a mystical, perfected, divine language. Used by birds to communicate with the initiated. Let the birds talk to us today. How beautiful is that? Birds. Earth. All right, for real. Bye bye.